If you are caring for an aging parent, you want to make sure the quality of their life is as good as possible.
And there are a lot of things that we can do that don't cost anything, like doing their laundry, paying their bills, helping them clean their house.
Cooking or going grocery shopping for them, helping organize their medications, that's a big one.
But if you'd like to buy something for your aging parent, we have lots of ideas, and we think you'll be able to find that perfect gift for your aging parent.
Yeah, we've tried to include things that we have learned from personal experience will make their lives
And yours.
so much easier.
This first category is really made up of items you may enjoy, but these are definitely things that an aging parent would appreciate.
Now, this first one is one of my favorites. It's a rotating puzzle board. It's made by a company called Bits and Pieces, and you can get it through Amazon. They even have them that will tilt like an architect's desk so that they're not having to hunch over all the time. We'll include the links to all the things we're discussing today in the description.
Another great idea is an iPad. My mother loves her iPad. It's not as intimidating to her as a computer, and she can carry it around, take it with her wherever she goes, and it makes a great gift.
And it's bigger than a phone, so you can see and type a little more easily. Another great gift idea is a bird feeder. My parents loved hummingbirds, so we had hummingbird feeders outside their window, and they loved to watch those birds come and go.
Now, this next suggestion really depends on whether or not your parent is mobile. But if they are and they like to garden, a garden stool is a great gift.
I need a garden stool.
Well, garden stools are great because they'll get your parent outside and they'll be digging in the ground and getting some physical exercise, so it's win-win. Now, if your parent isn't very mobile, or if they aren't a big gardener but they love flowers, one great idea is just to buy a lot of different flowers at the grocery store, bring them to your aging parent, and they can arrange them. My mother loves to arrange flowers, and it's a wonderful creative activity.
Yeah, a little bit of artistic.
Yeah.
If your parent likes to read, but their vision is not what it once was, another great idea is an audiobook. A gift subscription to Audible.com is a fabulous idea, and we have a video that outlines step by step exactly how to access all that. We'll link it below.
And I'll say this, it's not just about vision. If your parent is dealing with dementia or some sort of memory loss, Audible books can be a better way for them to enjoy listening to a story instead of having to read it. It takes too much concentration.
Right.
I don't know if you experience this, but one of the major things that an aging parent will really struggle with is that TV remote.
Oh my gosh, you are so right. It was a constant source of frustration for my parents. How many times did I get a call in the middle of the night? My TV's not working.
There are a couple of things you may want to check out. One of them is the Simple TV Remote, SMPL. It has big buttons on it and will only allow the user to do basic things like change the channel, turn it on and off, or adjust the volume.
So useful. Another thing that I've been seeing on Facebook a lot is Jubilee TV. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I wish my parents had had that, because that allows you to operate their TV remotely through your phone. Fabulous. It also allows you to drop in or make video calls to check in to see how your parents are getting along.
Another great gift idea is a digital picture frame. One of the realities of living in assisted living is that you don't have a lot of wall space or table space to put photos in frames. But the digital frame allows you to put as many photos as you need in those frames. You can have grandchildren, some older pictures. I did one from my mom where I put some high school pictures of her brothers and sisters. She loved it.
They love to see those old pictures, and they even have frames with Wi-Fi options so that you can constantly update and upload new photos to their frame. If your parent needs assistance with their TV remote, this next idea is probably not such a good one. But if they're tech savvy, consider getting them a subscription to Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. My mother-in-law can't live without her Netflix.
So our next category for gift giving is around mobility. There are so many products out there that will help your loved one get around a little bit easier. The auto cane door handle is wonderful if they need assistance getting in and out of the car. I keep one in the car at all times.
And it's really helpful getting them in and out the car, going to and from doctor's appointments. A must-have if your parent has issues standing from a seated position is a lift chair. Be sure that you consider how much space is needed for the chair to fully recline, because if space is an issue, they make them now called wall huggers, and the only space required is just a few inches from the wall.
If you can't afford a lift chair, the other option would be a chair stand assist. They are adjustable handles that slide underneath the chair or couch cushion that provide support for standing. They also have several options that rest on the floor instead of underneath the cushion, but these are a good option if a lift chair is out of your budget.
If they need assistance with walking, they have really improved the standard walking cane. They have these canes now called the Hurricanes. They have a T handle, they're height adjustable, they fold up, and they've got an all-terrain triangular base.
The next step up from the Hurricane is the stand-up walker. You can get these decked out. It comes with a padded seat, backrest, and storage for a purse or bag.
My mother-in-law has one called the Rollator. They come in all colors, and they're surprisingly easy to fold up so they fit in the back of your car.
Next up from the Rollator is the Mobility Scooter. This is a 4-wheel scooter that is battery powered and has all kinds of comfort and safety features.
Now, my mother-in-law also has one of these in red. Just be sure there's enough space in your living area to store it. That's a consideration that's often overlooked.
Our next category is safety. There may be a lot of safety items that you would like to buy to help your parents get around the house a little bit better and to provide them a little bit of assistance.
Grab bars are the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to thinking about preventing falls. If you can afford it, I would recommend reinforcing the framing around showers and tubs and toilets, but there are other options if you want something less permanent to provide the safety and security they may need.
I can tell you, when we did our lake house, we did actually reinforce the shower so that in the future we could install grab bars.
Age-proof, future-proof, your bathroom's a great idea.
Yeah.
Drive Medical has a grab bar that clamps over the wall of the tub so that you can easily get in and out of the tub. But if you don't want that, they've got heavy-duty suction cups that stick to the wall that will help provide security moving in and out the shower.
You can also find a shower or tub transfer chair that allows you to sit and slide over a tub wall or shower curb.
Another thing that came in handy for my mother was a raised toilet seat. Now, they also have these that have handles on the side, which can be so important when helping prevent falls. Other ideas for safety would be a step ladder with handrails. This is another thing that depends on how mobile your parent is, because I tell my parents, you don't need to be on a ladder.
No.
I don't need to be on a ladder. But they do make these step ladders that have side handrails that enclose you while you're standing to get to something out of reach.
Another item in the safety category that you may want to consider is the Apple Watch with fall detection that you can actually monitor to make sure that your aging parent is okay.
I have fall detection on right now. So it's for everybody, but especially for an aging parent. And the last safety item I would recommend would be bed rails, because we don't realize how difficult it can be to pull yourself up out of bed when you're older.
So how do these bed rails work? Are they like the kind you put in when you have babies that tuck underneath the mattress?
Yes, they do. And they work great. In fact, it was a physical therapist that recommended it for my father, and it worked great. The next category has to do with assistance with ADLs, activities of daily living, eating, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, just everyday normal activities. One that I've seen a lot lately on Facebook that I think is so neat, and it's magnetic clothing. The company is called Magna Ready, and they have even Brooks Brothers shirts for men with magnets instead of buttons, but it looks like buttons. It's fabulous.
And if your aging parent has a pacemaker, you may want to check with the manufacturer and make sure magnets are okay to wear if you have certain implants or devices.
Right. They also have magnetic jewelry, necklaces that snap with magnets in the back instead of having to try to find that little enclosure.
My mom's favorite thing, the big day clock.
Oh.
She asked us for it. They're huge letters. And every morning she can look and see what day it is and throughout the day, because there are times when we aren't sure. She doesn't have to rewind it. She can't remember to wear her watch. These big day clocks are awesome.
Yes. Okay, this is one that you put me onto that I just think is so neat, and it kind of goes with the magnetic clothing, and that's zipper shoes.
Yes.
The company is called Zipped Brands, and they just zip right off so that getting your shoes on and off are not a problem.
Now, the makers of this shoe have a really neat backstory, and it's a wonderful, wonderful company to support. So take a look at those. It's a great idea.
Back in the day, we had those big old electric can openers that took up space on the counter.
I still have that.
Oh, you don't have it on your counter.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, you no longer have to have it on your counter. They make them hand size. You put it to the can, it rotates automatically. It even snaps the lid off for you. And then you put it back in the drawer. No one has to see it.
I love that.
They also have the jar openers and the bottle openers that we talked about in an earlier video. Fabulous. Now, my mother was kind of really vain about her feet. She loved her feet.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
She always had her pedicure to perfection. And when you get older, it's sometimes hard to bend down to take care of your toes. So a pedicure would be a great gift idea. And if you don't want to give a pedicure, think about getting some specialty nail clippers. Not only fingernail clippers, but toenail clippers designed to cut through the heavier toenails that you get when you age.
So here's a little tip that I learned. Apparently Medicare will cover some pedicures. You can go and get two done with a podiatrist.
Oh, that's
Medicare
even better.
will cover
Even
that.
better.
So check into your plan and see if you can actually do that, because sometimes it gets expensive to do pedicures on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But using Medicare and going through a podiatrist is very smart, because then they can also check and make sure that your parents' foot health is in order.
Right. How about this? A long-handled shoehorn.
Yes.
But an even better idea are those Skechers.
Yes.
Just slip-on shoes where they don't have to worry about lacing up or getting their foot inside the shoe. Just so easy to come and go with the Skechers.
I bought some for my mother-in-law. She loved them.
And they're cute.
Yes, they are, and they're safe. They have that lovely rubbered sole, so when you're walking around, there's not going to be any sliding or tripping.
I think they're safer than the gripper socks.
Yeah.
In the category of dementia, there are a few things you may want to consider. Jelly drops. They're little hydration candies that will help improve hydration and prevent UTIs.
If your parent is having a hard time getting in and out of the shower, one thing they can use comes from scrubs.com. It's a foaming bath sponge that you can use, but you don't have to rinse. All you have to do is towel off after you're through.
Add water, dry off. Now here's a gift idea we talked about in some of our dementia videos. Giving your parent a stuffed animal or a baby doll. And I know you may be thinking, my parent's not going to use a baby doll or stuffed animal. It is amazing the comfort and security they find in something that takes them back to a place of security.
One more item, the Beacon 40 Dementia Light. It has been said that using this light can help reduce the effects of dementia.
We have one in our house. We have it scheduled to come on for an hour a day. It's just in the periphery in the background, and it's supposed to provide this light that stimulates and keeps the synapses in the brain all fired up.
Now these next items are just a few things that we would probably enjoy. We know that our aging parents would enjoy. One would be either a gift card for a restaurant where your parent could go with a friend of theirs, or you take them out to a restaurant.
Or how about a gift card to a grocery store? Anything that you would like, your parent will most likely enjoy.
I'll tell you one thing that I got from my mother-in-law was a bracelet that had the birthstones of each one of her kids on there.
Yes.
She's in her mid-90s. and told me that she had never had one of those before. She really enjoyed it. I also got her some real, truly soled house shoes. So much safer and so much better for her foot and for her back. There are several things you can get for them. A nice robe. Sometimes when aging parents aren't feeling very well, they want to wear their robe the whole day, but they don't want to look like they have pajamas on.
And they're always cold. So a heating pad or an electric blanket is a good idea.
And now they have electric throws. So you can sit on the sofa with an electric throw, which is really very comfortable.
Yeah. Another thing my mother loved was to have her hair done. She always looked forward to her hair appointments. And a lot of the assisted living or memory care facilities will have hairstylists that will come and do their hair. But if they don't, definitely book a hair salon appointment. It will make her feel great.
Yes. Night lights are another great gift item. We use them around our house now, and we found that because we entertain a lot, people can't get around the house in the dark because they don't know where they're going. So we started putting them up and realized that our aging parents also needed those night lights. So now we have them in almost every hallway or main area.
Another good idea is maybe an electric toothbrush, because your dental hygiene is important to keep up when you get older. And sometimes they may not have the strength or the patience to do a thorough cleaning.
One thing I keep getting asked for are scarves. My mom wants something that she can wear. She likes to wear very basic sweaters, shirts, whatever, but likes to spice it up with a scarf.
Yeah.
So she's been asking me for scarves and colored jewelry, things that normally she did not wear. But now that she's older, she wants things that'll make her stand out a little bit more.
And it's an easy accessory.
It is. And she
Not
likes
to mention it hides this.
That is true, and she likes that as well. But I will say she also just likes having it hanging in there, and if she wears the same pants or shirt a couple of times a week, she can change that up with a scarf, so she loves that.
And last but not least, the tried and true lotion. I thought this was the only thing my grandmother ever wanted when I was little, because that's the only thing I ever got her. But how important it is to make you feel like your skin is soft, and that you're nourishing it, and that you're taking care of yourself.
It can actually get quite painful if you have very dry skin, which I do, and so does my mother. It can actually get so chapped and so raw that it causes pain. So yes, I can see where they would definitely want to make sure they have lotion on hand. I'm inspired. I've been thinking I need to get a few gifts to take down to my mom when I see her, and there are so many things that I did not think about that you obviously, having gone through what you've gone through, have brought to the table. I can't wait to take these down to Mom. She's gonna love them. And using the GPS tractor. I'm stone cold sober. You just need to know that. And the GPS tractor.
Standing to reach something up, to get to something out of reach.
At some point, do we just go, oh hell, we're okay, we can't make it through this script?